Morning everyone, hope you're all well. An interesting one coming today, so I thought I'd do a bit of talking about gas lockers while it's here. Whenever we do a full conversion, we always fit a gas locker. Let me spin this camera around and I'll show you what the problem we've got. This van is today that's coming for some work. That's worked? Cool, okay. So, like I say, when we do a full conversion, we put a gas locker under there. It's behind that. This is our rental van, as you know, which I've gone about a million times. Gas locker's there. Easily accessible, I can get to it. The reason we put them there and not by the back door is because you can just turn that on and off as you need to when you're cooking. So you don't end up driving and leaving it on by mistake, and don't have it in that back corner because that's a crumple zone. Right, that's why we fit them there, that's why we fit them. This van, this girl came to me and she basically bought it like this. Don't look at the wiring, I'm going to try and sort that out for her. But as you can see, I can't fit a gas locker in there. That's the only cupboard space we've got. So clearly good practice is we should have a gas locker, because then it's in a sealed box, and if anything leaks with inside that bottle, the gas is contained and drops out the vent in the bottom. Now that's good practice, and that's what you should. If you can fit a gas locker, fit one. I'm in no way saying don't fit a gas locker. However, you're all adults, so here's the thing. If we can't fit a gas locker in there, and we don't want to put one by the back door over there, the best thing we can do is put our bottle there, so that if we want to cook, we open this door. Let me change this camera, hang on 1 second, wrong way, that's it. We open this door, we turn our gas on, we do our cooking, then when we've finished, we turn it off. I'm going to put a dropout vent next to it, and the bottle's just going to be there, not in a locker. So my thinking is, and again, please comment in the comments. The idea is that obviously we have the gas on for as minimum as possible, and by putting it there, we are literally turning it on, cook, and then we turn it straight off. But we still have a dropout vent, so if we do get any leak, the majority of it will drop out. So like I say, ideally we want a gas locker, but it's not always possible. You don't need one by law unless you're renting it out. Like I say, we fit one. Every conversion we do, we fit one just because we can. Why would we not? But there's no room for one. So anyway, yeah, interesting one that. I'll do it. I'll sort it out and I'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. But yeah, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Some people, I know I've seen people saying like, oh, you don't need a gas locker, it's just more money and blah blah blah. And yeah, it is more money, of course it is. However, it's an interesting one. To me, that whole, as long as you turn that gas on and off when you are not using it, you can get away without one. But, and I keep adding this, my preference is to have one. Right, let's sort these cables out for you under here, and let's get the pipe running and see what we can do. Okay, so here are the parts that I need. Actually, no, I need a gas regulator as well. There should be one in here. There we go. So what we're going to do is that will go to your sink. And then from that, it will go to the metal pipe. We're going to run the metal pipe down behind that cupboard. And we'll go to that. And that will obviously be attached to the wall. We'll make sure that's really securely attached. Orange pipe coming from that, and again we'll attach the orange pipe with a couple of clips, P-clips, to the wall too, to make sure there's no possible way that this joint can get put under strain. And from the orange pipe we'll go to our 907 regulator. So there's the gas locker that we would have used, but sadly it won't fit. Part way through doing this, I've just cut the hole in the wood for the dropout vent, and that floor is saturated. You can see it's dark. Yeah, it's soaked, and it is in that corner too, and all the carpet's wet. yeah, not to do about that. I'll have a look at the windows, but I have found one interesting thing which we are going to sort for her. It's got dummy windows on the side, but can you see that? It's got an aquatic feature in the window, so it's obviously leaking up there somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get a hole in the seal at the bottom so it drains. Anyway, I've nearly done this anyway. I'll get that dropout vent put in, give it a hoover up, put all the stuff back. Again, please empty your van if it's coming for work. Be nice, you know. And yeah, I'll put the gas bottle in and I'll put the fridge back and show you what I've done. Okay, so we are cooking on gas. The orange bits of flame you can see is WD-40, because I put some in the ends of the orange hose, because you've got two push fit fittings either end, so it helps it go on. So it's just that coming through and burning. As you can see, we've got our connection up there with our, you can see our leak detection spray on it, so that's all good. It's not blowing any bubbles at me. And we've got our piping conduit. And then we've got our bottle with a strap round it, and we've got our extra dropout vent down there. Okay, we've obviously gone from our orange pipe, solid pipe, to our orange flexi pipe. It's just up there in a little nozzle that's fixed to the side. Okay, let's try and sort this window out. I think I'm going to take that panel off and try and get to the sealant from the back of there. Okay, so we managed to drain the water out. You can see it's all come out there. Obviously, it's hard to show you. You can see it there. So the black paint that was on the back of the glass has come off. So what you're seeing there is that's the white. Will this work? Barely. God, that's so hard to film. There you go. So you can see that's the white of the van behind the window, and the paint on the back of the glass has come off. So really the window needs coming off really. But at least we've got the water out of it, because I don't have to lead into any problems. All we did was slide a really sharp knife in there, in that gap. Managed to cut up. Use a bit of fairy liquid, it lubes the blade on the rubber. Managed to cut up and then cut up and cut enough out so it's all come out. But that one's done. Give that back to the customer, and hopefully she'll be happy. At least now she's got gas, so she can start using her hob. But you can see what I was saying now about, because that's the on off. Oh, hang on, because that's the on off there. You literally, it's so easy to turn your gas. It says fighting with her timbre door. I'll have to have a look at this for her as well. There we go. Yeah. So obviously when she wants to cook, it's dead simple. You do that, you turn that on, and you just shut it. So that's as safe as you can get it without a gas locker. So I'm happy with that, and I think she will be too. Okie dokie, thanks for watching guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. More subscriptions are seeing, the more likes, the more likely, the more I'll do more videos. Alright, thanks a lot. Hope you have a nice weekend, because it's Friday and it's sunny here. Take care. Bye bye.